How do millions of tons of delicate abalone move across oceans each year? Their transport relies on cutting-edge systems that protect and preserve stunning seafood. Along the rugged coastlines of Tasmania, rows of aquaculture farms stretch along cliffs, their waters teeming with abalone, those iridescent shells prized for their delicate flavor and texture. These farms have become the heart of a thriving industry that supplies high-end seafood consumed worldwide, from sushi bars in Tokyo to fine restaurants in Paris. Yet, behind the scenes of this luxury lies a continuous challenge: how to keep these fragile creatures alive, fresh, and vibrant through stages of harvest, processing, and transportation spanning continents. Abalone are highly sensitive to environmental conditions. Their shells are delicate, and any stress can lead to mortality. Their survival depends on meticulous handling, regulated water quality, and swift movement from farm to market. The initial step involves carefully selecting healthy abalone from farms in carefully controlled environments. These systems often mimic ocean conditions, maintaining specific salinity and temperature levels crafted to promote growth while avoiding stress. The animals are fed specially formulated diets, and their growth is monitored constantly by technicians who ensure optimal health. At harvest time, the animals are collected with gentle vigor, placed into specialized containers that cushion their shells from shocks. These crates are designed for airflow, allowing water to circulate freely, preventing stagnation that could harm them. While the act of harvesting may seem straightforward, its success hinges on precision timing, as any delay or mishandling can impact the quality of the final product. Once harvested, the abalone are transported to processing facilities, sometimes just meters away from farms, other times hundreds of kilometers inland. Here begins the task of preparing these marine treasures for their transoceanic voyage. The primary goal is to keep them alive, which requires maintaining water at just above freezing temperature, often around 10 degrees Celsius, with oxygen levels carefully regulated. Modern aquaculture trucks and containers are fitted with systems that inject pure oxygen into the water, ensuring the animals remain healthy during transit. These containers are engineered to be watertight yet breathable, with sensors constantly monitoring parameters like salinity, temperature, and oxygen concentration. Every detail is optimized to prevent stress-induced mortality. The handling crews are trained in animal welfare protocols, understanding that even minor mishaps could cause mortality or quality loss. They load the crates onto specialized transport vehicles, some designed with insulated walls and climate control systems, and move them swiftly to ports where larger vessels await. The entire process hinges on synchronization. Timing must match the vessel's schedules to avoid unnecessary delays. At ports, a further layer of technology comes into play, with trained personnel overseeing the transfer of live seafood into ships outfitted with state-of-the-art cooling and water circulation systems. Some ships are equipped with large water tanks with continuous filtration systems, recycling and renewing water regularly to mimic natural conditions. Throughout these steps, industry regulators enforce international standards governing live seafood transport, reducing risks of contamination, disease, and environmental damage. Protocols specify minimal handling and stress reduction, acknowledging that the value of the abalone is rooted in its freshness and appearance. The transportation modes are carefully chosen based on distance and conditions: short-haul flights or refrigerated ships, each selected to minimize travel time and stress on the animals. Meanwhile, cold chain logistics, tracking systems embedded within containers, allow managers to monitor environmental data in real time, so any deviations can be addressed immediately. This requires a finely tuned operation, blending traditional practices with modern technology, all rooted in a shared understanding that maintaining the health of each shellfish is essential to preserve its value during the complex web of international commerce that follows. Once loaded into containers, the abalone are immersed in a carefully controlled environment that blends cutting-edge technology with precise ecological mimicry. The containers themselves resemble high-tech aquatic habitats, compact, insulated units sealed with watertight lids, embedded with sensors that relay a constant stream of data back to monitoring stations. Every parameter, temperature, salinity, oxygen levels, is maintained within narrow ranges, adjusted in real time by automated systems that respond swiftly to environmental fluctuations. These containers are often fitted with circulation pumps that ensure water movement, preventing stagnation and distributing oxygen evenly. Their design prioritizes gentle handling, an important aspect since even minor stress can impair the abalone's health or alter its sensory qualities. Transport vehicles are no longer just sealed boxes. They are mobile ecosystems. Trucks fitted with climate regulation units travel along fixed routes, often bypassing large urban centers during off-peak hours to reduce vibration and exposure to temperature fluctuations. Inside, technicians monitor vital signs and environmental metrics via onboard dashboards, prepared to make real-time adjustments. The oxygen injection systems are calibrated to sustain the animal's breathing needs during long hours of transit, ensuring their respiratory systems remain uninterrupted. Many containers also have pH stabilizers and water filtration units incorporated, mimicking oceanic mineral balances to prevent deterioration caused by waste buildup or chemical imbalances. The process of packing is a science in itself. Technicians carefully place each abalone in individual compartments within the crates, minimizing contact and preventing abrasion. The shells are sometimes lined with biodegradable padding that absorbs shocks, reducing the risk of shell cracks. During loading, workers adhere to gentle handling protocols, avoiding undue vibration or jostling, knowing that even a slight injury can be fatal or diminish the shell's aesthetic appeal, which greatly influences market value. Transport routes are optimized through sophisticated logistical software that calculates the fastest path, considering factors such as weather conditions, port congestion, and vessel schedules. Refrigerated trucks and containers are prioritized for longer routes, especially air shipments, where temperature and humidity are tightly maintained within a few degrees and percentage points. Some companies employ hybrid transport modes, sea to port, then air to final destinations, to balance speed and costs, especially for high-value, fresh abalone exports. These arrangements demand precise coordination. Ships cruise at set speeds to avoid turbulence, ensuring stable water conditions within onboard tanks. Once at port, the transfer to larger vessels is executed with equal precision. Loading crews are trained to minimize handling time, often employing robotic arms or automated systems to move crates swiftly onto the ship's refrigerated holds. Inside these vessels, the abalone are housed in water tanks that resemble miniature aquariums. Water circulated through filtration systems that continuously clean, oxygenate, and maintain the salinity of the environment. Some vessels utilize movable partition panels, allowing crew to adjust the volume and flow depending on the number of crates on board, ensuring that each batch remains in a consistent state from origin to destination. Throughout transit, digital tracking devices embedded in each container relay real-time data to a central command network. Managers can see precise temperature graphs, oxygen levels, and location updates, allowing for immediate responses if conditions deviate from optimal ranges. If sensors detect rising temperatures or drops in oxygen, a rapid response protocol is initiated. Cooling systems are increased, additional oxygen is injected, or alternative routes are considered to prevent loss. In some cases, regular health assessments are performed remotely, analyzing data to ensure the animals are not stressed or deteriorating, which could lead to quality loss or mortality. The entire operation operates within a carefully balanced system that fuses traditional animal husbandry with sophisticated technological tools. This methodical approach ensures that the fragile shells remain unbroken and the living tissues stay healthy during their transcontinental passage. Moreover, parallel efforts focus on reducing environmental impact. Containers are increasingly built from recycled or biodegradable materials, combining durability with eco-friendliness. Solar-powered sensors reduce reliance on external power sources, lowering carbon footprints. Every detail is designed to refine the process, cutting costs, preserving quality, and respecting the ecological footprint of such transportation, all while meeting the high standards demanded by luxury markets. This complex network involves skilled teams of aquaculture specialists, logistics managers, and port operations personnel working in seamless coordination. Their collective expertise produces a carefully exported product that meets the expectations of consumers who seek not only freshness, but also a story of careful handling and high-tech care. It ensures that from farm to table, the beauty, flavor, and value of each abalone are maintained, bridging the distance with a blend of science and tradition that sustains the industry's high standards. When the abalone reach their destinations, a new phase begins: unloading and careful presentation for the final consumers. The containers are opened with precision, and the animals are transferred into specialized holding tanks within the processing facilities. Here, small teams of trained technicians handle each shell with respect, ensuring minimal stress and avoiding injury. The goal remains clear: preserve the freshness, appearance, and vitality of the seafood. The water in these tanks is maintained at the same level of care as during transport, sustaining the delicate balance of temperature, oxygen, and salinity, so the abalone stay alive until they are prepared for sale or further processing. During this stage, some abalones undergo quality checks. Their shells are examined under magnification for any signs of damage or irregularities. The animals that meet specifications are moved into packaging areas, where workers or automated systems prepare them for their final presentation. Many of these products are sold live in high-end markets, where freshness and appearance are paramount. Each shell is carefully cleaned and polished, sometimes with gentle mechanical tools, to enhance visual appeal without damaging the surface. The packaging process must adhere to strict standards, ensuring that each abalone remains alive, intact, and visually attractive, so that it meets the expectations of discerning chefs and diners who demand the very best. The market's influence on this process is evident. The packaging is designed not only to protect, but also to accentuate the rarity and luxury of the product. Crates are labeled with barcodes and tracking data that confirm origin, handling conditions, and freshness status. Some facilities employ cold storage solutions that keep the animals alive during brief delays, perhaps for final inspection or to await delivery to restaurants or retailers. The system ensures that no unnecessary stress is placed on the animals during this phase, and that the product arrives looking as perfect as when it was first harvested. As the seafood finds its way into distribution channels, a widespread network of specialized transport appears again, this time moving from processing facilities to upscale markets or exclusive restaurants. Refrigerated trucks with precise climate controls slide into place, transporting the product across cities, countries, and continents. Each step is guided by data, digital records attached to each batch that document conditions maintained during handling. This allows managers to verify that the product was kept at standards that preserve its quality. For high-value exports, some companies employ air freight for faster, more controlled transport, reducing delays and the risks of deterioration. Throughout this phase, the symbolism of luxury remains at the forefront. Each abalone embodies not only culinary excellence, but also an artistry of handling and care. The shells, with their nacre shimmering softly under light, serve as a reminder of the beauty that comes from combining natural grace with technological mastery. As they reach their final destinations, these mollusks stand as specimens of a complex chain built upon expertise and respect for life, demonstrating how modern systems manage to transport delicate biological treasures over great distances without sacrificing their integrity. Beyond the immediate process of sale, the industry's influence reaches into broader cultural and environmental spheres. Many farms now recycle shells, transforming them into decorative objects or raw materials for eco-friendly products, closing a loop that emphasizes the pact between luxury and mindful use. In markets worldwide, consumers are increasingly aware of the origins and handling of their seafood, fostering transparency and responsible practices. Each abalone, from pristine farm to fine table, is part of a larger story, one that celebrates human skill, technological precision, and a respect for nature's fragile gifts. This final phase resonates with a quiet sense of fulfillment, culminating a complex dance of science, tradition, and dedication. The product that arrives in a restaurant or market is not merely food. It is the result of systems that honor life and craft a seamless balance between nature's fragility and human ingenuity. As diners savor its unique flavor and shimmering appearance, they are also tasting the outcome of countless unseen efforts to preserve quality, honor tradition, and push the boundaries of what careful transport can achieve. From farm to table, careful handling, technology, and respect unite to deliver delicate abalone around the world, combining craftsmanship with modern precision.